Volodymyr Zelensky signed a decree on sanctions against Russian President Vladimir Putin. The restrictions are imposed without time limits. The list of sanctions includes freezing assets and property, and withdrawal of assets from the country. In addition, Putin will no longer be allowed to come or fly to Ukraine, as a visa and border crossing ban has been imposed. Also, Putin will be deprived of all Ukrainian awards. Particularly, sanctions will also be imposed on 35 people who constitute the main power vertical of the Russian president. Moreover, in a video address to the Time 100 Gala, Zelensky called on the world to ensure the defeat of tyranny. The speech of the head of state published his press service. Zelensky said that we need to show our influence to a man who aims at the essential, freedom. In addition, it is necessary to stop Vladimir Putin's blackmailing, and for this, we need to unite our efforts. On June 9, the president of Ukraine also addressed a ministerial meeting of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Security. He expressed gratitude for the termination of cooperation with Russia, for closing the office in Moscow, and for the decision to open a regional office in Kyiv. This is recognition of the importance of our country, our region for global cooperation and development, he said, expressing hope for a meeting with the organization's Secretary General in the Ukrainian capital. In his speech, Zelensky mentioned that months before the conflict, Kyiv pointed to the threat posed by Russia and called for preventive sanctions, but the West refused this. He noted the current energy situation in Europe. Europe is in one of the most complicated energy situations in its history. And we still do not know what other crises Russia is preparing for the free world. Zelensky called for further isolation of Russia. Russia has an insatiable appetite, he said. It doesn't respect the laws of business, which means it will dictate its terms to you as well. So can you do business with Russia now? Can you have your branches, your offices in this country? Zelensky also invited investors to develop new projects in Ukraine in 5 areas: Europe, agricultural industry, green energy, and local production. According to the head of Ukraine, it is a long-term and top priority goal for him, and therefore they can become such for the organization as well. He also noted that these projects can already be implemented. He noted that only in Ukraine all these factors come together and it is possible to work with them. Zelensky appeared by invitation of the founder and organizer of the CEO Summit, who actively supports Ukraine and promotes separation from Russia in the business community.